This is the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Where a bunch of notorious people are actually laid to rest. The Hollywood culture. Palm trees everywhere. Third Eye Blind in the house tonight doing a private record screening inside in a private ballroom. And in true Stephen Jenkins fashion, he picked kind of an eccentric venue. Hollywood sign is way off in the distance, if anybody can see that. Here we go.
Hey everybody, and thank you for coming out tonight. Good to see you. Welcome to the Masonic Lodge at the Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Now, my name's Matt Pinfield. I've been in TV and radio and journalism for many years, and I've been involved with this band since 1997, back when their first record came out. And from that time, I've been really with Stephen and the band for the entire time, when every record came out. And it's just been an incredible journey to be along with the band. So it's exciting to be here with you tonight. Now, this record is really special, I gotta tell you, because this album, Our Band Apart, it's got 9 songs on it. It's about 33 minutes long. It's really, really feels very personal. I know you probably heard it already if you're a big fan, but it's gonna be exciting to show you this film tonight. Now, this isn't a concert, it's a film. They will do a few songs afterwards, and we will be talking about those songs and just talking about life in general, what's been going on with Third Eye Blind. But I want to tell you about this film. They decided they would make a documentary to give you a bird's eye view into their recording process and their creative and songwriting process, which is really cool. They decided that it's part of one of the song titles. It's called How We Hold Each Other Right Now, part of the Dust Storm song title, as you know. So we wanted to let you know about it. Now, right after, I'm going to sit down with Stephen and with Chris. We're going to talk about the record, and we're going to give you a very intimate evening. So I hope you enjoy it. This movie is about 33 minutes long. The only thing we ask is that everybody's very quiet during it, because it's a film. It's a document that Stephen and Chris made of the making of the record. Thanks so much for coming out, everybody. Lovely to see all of you. How are you here? And here it is right now. How we hold each other right now.
Yeah, she
Okay, everybody, how did you enjoy the documentary? Really cool inside view of that time that they spent together making and creating this really cool and unique record. I love so many great songs on it. I'm not going to hold them up too long. I'm going to bring up right now Mr. Stephen Jenkins and Chris Reed. So let's hear what's happening.
To kind of go into a depression, and I think all artists have it. Like, and I don't mean this in a negative way. I just mean like going into a depression in a processing in a gathering, winter. And I did that for a while, but just didn't do anything. And I started writing without any sense of what the audience would be at all. Just authentic and wholesome to me, and I don't know, I'll play this song and see if anybody listens to it. Goodbye to the days, ladies and gentlemen. What do we know? What do we know? New order, it won't stop. You got trauma of getting let down again. Oh, goodbye to little princes of nowhere. What do we care? What do we care? You are gone, daughter. You've been played. We smiling at the chaos as we watch them start to fade. Look how these now they turn to rust. A rich dude is just a poor dude with money, and I've become an expression of a dream. If you don't know what I mean, we're probably done talking, so I want you to roll into the unknown, saying that I know. New order, she won't stop. We'll never sing about tits and ass again. Goodbye to the days of ladies and gentlemen. What do we know? Oh, what do we know?
Such a good outflow part. One of the things I wanted to ask, also ask you, Stephen, in that period where you were starting to deal with all the emotions that came with all the uncertainty that was happening, with the lockdown, with COVID, everything that was going on. You talk about it in the film too, when you talk about Dust Bar as well. When you found yourself getting in that state of mind, did you immediately start working on writing songs cathartically, or did you wait until you came down because you met the rest of the guys here in LA and just kind of let hunker down together for that period of time?
No, I wrote some songs with Colin, and then I sat up in my beach house in Bolinas where I was locked down, and I had like this little zendo, got a little meditation room. Mostly I would just sit out there and write and think about things, and I don't have anything in mind when I work. I just start working, and if things go well, it's like you're channeling something. It's like you're hearing something from you're downloading it from a radio station from up above. Billy Corgan calls it being a mystic. Of course he would. So for me, I would just, the idea is to try to cultivate that mindset, to try to be in the right place for that. And when not, then just sit there and be there, and just be present with ideas and constantly journal. That's the only method I have. I wish I had more of a method.
You talk about the fact that, like, you're in the beginning of the film, about how the film, really the record is about the vocals, and they're just laying over the music itself. And one of the things that's really interesting that I love about the record too is the amount of space that's in it too, because it feels like the record, the music really breathes, and it lets the lyric, lets the lyrics. Can we talk about that, Kurt?
That was the whole. Do you remember we started rehearsals in West Hollywood? And Stephen said at the beginning of the rehearsals, do you remember? You were like, the vocal is everything here. Because we sat down with acoustic guitars. Normally we sit down and we do pre-production with all the in-ear monitors, and the fucking drummer won't stop hitting the snare every time you try to talk about it. When we go to the A minor or the E, and then he's fucking in the background. So obnoxious. So, so this time around, we sat down over a coffee table with acoustic guitars and just worked out the songs and everything like that. So I remember you said, if at any point you can't hear the vocal, then you're not doing your gig. So yeah, that's exactly it was all about. Like, the vocal is really present.
And it still didn't work. I don't think. I mean, I think everything I said was for naught because I had this idea in my head that this is going to be. I was thinking about making a solo record, and if ever I was going to make a solo record, this was probably the time, since I was in a tour on it. And then I thought, well, we have a friend who calls our band Thread, and it's like, let's do that so we don't have to carry this baggage around, which is, I like the baggage. I mean, I'm very proud of being Third Eye Blind, but it was like, can we just really step outside of that and just not have any associations? And that's what I was saying in the recording. And as far as I'm concerned, it didn't fucking work at all. Like, it really, to me, it's like we get together and we start to like, you know, I don't think the vocal's on top of the track. I think that everybody's all deep in this thing and wedded together in this fabric. And I was wrong. I like this much better.
I mean,
it really reaffirmed to me just how much I love being in this band with these people. And I think you know this. It's kind of a rare thing because most bands that I know of, these creative, you know, associations are kind of miserable. There's that tension, and there's certainly been that element in this band before. But now there's this just kind of romping sense of joy and camaraderie, and it's every bit as deep. It's every bit as eligible for authentic feeling. I am absolutely capable of bringing my whole self into it in a sense of joy and trust. It doesn't have to be negative. It doesn't have to feel negative and fraught for it to be valuable.
That's what you proved it there. And you can tell there's just, by watching the film too, the incredible camaraderie between you guys. The fact that when you all got together in this place, it was just really, I think it worked so well for that relationship. And you could feel it in the creative process.
When we did Funeral Singers, the idea in making this record, so what Brad was talking about in the movie is that most people, when they make records, they make them with a MacBook Pro. And you kind of step it into a computer. Which is great. It makes a lot of really great music. But it gets kind of perfect. And in multi-track recording, when somebody makes a mistake, you can go in and you can fix that mistake. And you start walking down this rabbit hole of fixing mistakes. We brought Jeff Schroeder in from Smashing Pumpkins, and he was just he was in Eagle Rock, and was like, "Can I come hang out?" And he's like, "Well, you have to be in the band if you hang out." So he comes over, and
you show up, you have to play.
Yeah.
right, and we start working on Funeral Singers, and we try it, and we speed it up a little bit, and try it down a half step. Try up a half step. I like that solo you were doing before, because we were all playing it together. And each time we would go and we'd listen to it, try it again. Then we would all, so nobody fixed anything. We just go back in the room, in the studio, and we play it again. And you gotta be up and there and all together. We did that 23 times.
Yeah, every time in a different key. I didn't think there were any keys left. I'm never kidding. Stephen found like 4 more keys. No, let's try the fucking Z. Yeah.
I mean, so in other words, it was organic in that sense, where it's, I mean, that's one of the beautiful things about, and what you're talking about is when, you know, things are too perfect. You know, it's great that they're perfect, but it's things you always remember about songs and recording all the time are those little things, those imperfections that make it beautiful. You know what I mean? That work in such a great song.
What are you talking about? We didn't make any mistakes, man. That's the whole thing. So kept doing it till we got it.
Yeah. So let's do another song. That's what can we do next? Is Box of Bones one we can talk about here? It's such a great track on the record. I love it.
I do the other guitar.
Well, which one do you want to play?
What were we gonna do? I know which one he was gonna do.
What do you want to do? What do you want to come back to? Do you want to do Sort of Like a Fire, or are you going to do again? Because they're all slow. What? Yeah, Box of Bones is great. Let's do that. Love that track.
You don't know what I think or what I believe. You should probably pack your shit and leave. While we miss each other still, before we kill it. You better leave before we steal our voices till we become a parody connection, a cold war analog. You come on like a cloudburst, nothing's precious when you're waiting for your lines. Now you're taking all the lines. You got me taking the servant stairs. I grew up taking the servant stairs. Right now it's like I'm right back there. Still I won't go back again. One time I'll find you, warm in the rain right next to me. One time I'll find you right next to me. And then melancholy is an echo of the love that's leaving. I know what I believe in, but I don't think I know myself. Now this place means nothing to me. Empty friendships and meaningless conversations, mediocre at best. And it feels still in the darkness. We may lose the time, we may know mine. And I fall in again. One time I'll find you, warm in the rain right next to me. One time I'll find you right next to me. It's just a long, precious like an ossuary. It's like a box of bones. It's like a box of bones. And then the moment comes on, dedicated, and you wind me up. It's like the rain washed us free of the strain, and we become a box of bones. A box of bones. Thank you so much. I'm very happy.
It's such a good song. I love that song. It just has the feeling about relationships ending and loss. It can be taken in so many different ways.
I think we all, in the whatever the kinds of relationships were, I think in this last year, it certainly created a lot of compression, and puts a lot of friction on things, but it also really puts you up on each other, and there are moments where that can turn into a real sense of value, and both of those things exist. I don't know.
No, you're right.
I have no idea.
No, but I think what you're talking about, yeah, because there's the intensity of people that were going to be with each other all the time, or and sometimes it makes relationships stronger, and other ones it pushes people away from each other. It's just one of those things. So it could be
We're sort of both at the same time.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, exactly. But that was what a great song that is. One of the things I loved also about the film is just like when you did have your friends and guests come in. like in funeral songs. Like, talk to me about everybody that you had there and how they got involved in the.
Well, I mean, Jeff is a mate of ours. Jeff from Smashing Pumpkins has been a friend of ours for years, so he lives around the corner. I'm not going to say where it is. You already did, man. Fuck it. So he lives in Eagle Rock, around the corner.
And we're all going to go to his house afterwards.
He's in Toronto, actually, today, so that's why he's not here. So that was a no-brainer. You knew Bethany, right?
I knew Bethany, but she didn't sing on that song. She sang on
She sang again.
She sang it again.
She was on again. But yeah, let's talk about the other people that were on funeral singers. Just
Curtis Peoples he's like Colin's. Colin, what would you call him?
But he does a great job.
He's Colin's friend.
Hey, that works.
Yeah.
As long as it works.
all my friends, so it was kind of just like, let's have all our friends. So if you've got good tone, if you've got a if we're a fan of your voice, then it's like, just come join that feeling. I've been encouraging a singer. I love the sound of her voice, and she's that mid harmony. That's Lily Gardner. I think she's here somewhere. Raise your hand. Yeah, you sound good. There you go.
Cassidy's not here. Cassidy Pope was on it. She's like a country singer from Nashville or somewhere. And she's a big fan, and she came out to one of our shows. I remember she came to Soundcheck, and you were like, let's do Losing a Whole Year. And she came out and just picked this weird interval for Losing a Whole Year.
You found like a part of the song that did add like a different harmony?
Yeah, she went through like this Nashville country. When was your my whole year? Yeah, she fucking murdered. She came out with that.
Was it cool? Did it throw you off of it, or was it to me just like, this is great?
What she sang?
Yeah.
No. Love it.
Yes,
Yeah, I just love that feeling of everybody having a romp in a room. That's all that was, and we're not going to play it. So just because I don't, we wrote these songs last March, and that's the last time really I played them. Like we're not on tour yet, so really what I'm trying to do right now is trying to think of getting the chords together for the one I have in my mind right now. So this is just, I wanted to share this song with you because I was sitting on my couch, and I think you all probably also had this feeling of like you're alone and you're thinking about, I'm not going to presume, I'm thinking about, what am I trying to say? I'm sitting on this couch and I'm just in this daydream of kind of, open road, loud music, that buzz of music, longing and horniness. And none of that is existing, so I'm just creating it. I'm just in,
Put that camera on properly.
where's it?
There you go.
This is the first time I've touched one of those things in 20 years.
No, you're right capital, wrong fret. Hold on a second. We'll get there, everybody. That's all I'm saying. It's a birthday party.
So I'm sitting on the couch, and those two, just whatever those things are, chordy kind of thingies, made me hear that sound of California, and that California surf rock sound, to me, just sounds like Bethany.
Yeah. And that's why you gave her the call to sing again.
I just heard her voice,
Yeah.
and we tried her doing a harmony, but it was actually better the two of us in unison. To me, that's the part where it's like, that's heat, both of us together.
It sounded great when you guys blended your voices together. She said that herself. She was so excited to do it.
Again, I want you. A rose above you. You make me wanna get it again. You make me wanna get it again. Again, I want you. it again. This room's so fucking hot and I like it. You got me down for anything and I want it. With that big ass swing, I get on your life, on your life. I want to overreact, volcanic contact, come get on the spot, make me wanna get it.
Pre-production of a record itself done literally in the same place where you did all the recording, so it had a home atmosphere.
No, we actually, I was just staying at a friend's house and everybody came over and the band we were still in masks while we were doing pre-production for the most part. So we were before any vaccines. And I had some sort of song ideas and I bring them in and everybody embellishes and we move and shape it. We did it there, and then we took it to Lucy's Meat Market, which has just become my favorite studio now. It was really, I don't think we could have made the feeling of this record without that studio, without that environment. So we did 10 days there, and we just kind of put it together. But this is the first. Well, that's not true. I went through a really big breakup years ago with a girl who lived in LA, and I think I felt a huge ambivalence to Los Angeles. And what I found is I've come to I love Los Angeles. I really just, and this is what I love so much about what Chris did, is just seeing those hills and walking up in the hills. I felt a real sense that I've never felt about LA of feeling inspired and this is where I want to be in this moment. So our band in part to me is like, I actually thought about calling this album Los Angeles, but I think it was taken.
That band X a long time ago, but yeah, it's I mean, it's such a great record. I mean, it's 33 minutes, 9 songs, and it just really flies by.
Wait, the record is 33 minutes long?
About 30 minutes.
Isn't it funny that Matt Pinfield knows that?
When I started editing the documentary, Cavi, our bass player up there somewhere, said to me, don't make it longer than the record. When I was making the documentary. Do you remember? And then the documentary is 32 minutes long.
But you know, as I listened to it, I'm like, wow, this record is flying by. There's so many good songs, and then, but it was also a short time. I think it just shows how much you can say in a short period of time and do a great piece of work.
Well, I was really inspired by a lot of music at the time, and part of it was the whole LA neo-folk scene going on, and artists like Adrian Lenker, just it kind of blew me away. But as a songwriter, it made me go like, wow, this is like this kind of radical openness has got me it's always like I'm kind of getting freaked here by this, which I love that feeling, but I'm also going like, am I willing to be that open as well? And then at the same time, I'm like, or are you guys, and not her per se, but some of the artists in the scene, she's just perfection, but, or are you guys just, is this kind of like a exhibitionism? So I would just sit there and sort of wonder about all these things, and I was like, in that moment, I was like, well, if I'm actually being honest in the moment, that's what's going on with me, and the truth is, I'm imagining what it would be like playing these songs and actually airing all of these kinds of insecurities and hopes and questions and things at an open mic night for all these people. So it's like, that's really what's on your mind. So just write, you can be honest, go ahead and just write it. This is about as close as I've come to like what I would imagine Silver Lake Neophyte being.
We're close enough to that, right?
20 down the road.
Can I also just say, I want to thank all of you. I'm so grateful to all of you for coming and watching this film and for being here. I truly, truly mean that. I had some trepidation about doing this, and I think it was really great. So thank you all very much for coming.
I just want to say, you know when people come up on stage and they say, you guys are way better than last night's crowd? The bar was very low. But, yeah, thank you. What do you want to do?
That was just a gigantic wind-up to Silver Lake Neophyte.
Couple 4.
Got it.
Key of Z. I'm just gonna let you riff on that so you get this down. When I get nervous before my tape outside this club in Silver Lake, and there's no mistaking your perfect practice in a sense. Just start talking, you can see that I'm not gonna lie to you. Folk music's fucking me up, makes me think that I should quit. Maybe I'm just scared of it. Quick hit and flip up a zippo. You point at me with a cigarette finger. Say you find some good shit in the ruins. But deep down, I'm not sold on what we're doing. Deep down, I think you're seething with ambition. Like everyone around you on a mission. See just how many likes that you can get your fingers wet, and half the people watch you rubber freeze. Everyone needs to be seen. There's no growing in the dark. Say it's just a pose. Well, what's wrong with a pose? We all invent ourselves as we go. So here we go. Same old bitch. The air's meant to protect myself. Took a life on now and breathing on their own. Some personality living up in me that I've been trying to ditch. I want things to be perfect, so I put it off. Making progress now, blue. I'm on the outside, never satisfied. Something's always missing on the inside, so you convinced yourself. But look at those hands, beautiful with a touch of Saint-Germain. Oh, I want to be a daring one. No more songs about being cozy and bored. Don't sing about the suburbs and how you miss the scent of home. And Elliott Smith clones all you'll be. I miss this urgency, so everyone needs to be seen. There's no growing in the dark. You say it's just a pose. Well, what's wrong with a pose? We all invent ourselves as we go. So here we go. I look for you again outside the show. I look for you again. I'll go with you, cause I kind of love you. If I see you again, I think I'm gonna kill you. Cause we'll keep doing this, waiting around for someone who doesn't want me to want me. I've been looking longingly at the scene